The failed range developments is one of the most politicized in the CIP controversy. Range Developments is a real estate and resort developer with successful projects in St. Kitts, Dominica, and Grenada. The company was scheduled to build a hotel in St. Lucia, but suddenly, they were not in business with St. Lucia anymore. Instead, they were suing. Now, a former UWP minister is answering the question of why Range backed out of building a hotel in St. Lucia. The answer is simple. Range Developments left because the government wanted to change the deal, and Range did not. The Range development was approved by the Kenny Anthony administration and given a share allocation. Then the government changed, and according to current Investment Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire, the developer was allowed to sell their shares in the development as donations, place the money in an escrow account, and borrow that money. It was a strange turn of events, but it pointed to a close working relationship between the developer and the government, until of course the developer sued and got an out-of-court settlement. On August 12th, during an address to the Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Hilaire accused the former government of acting in a way that was bizarre, allowing Range to sell their unsold shares, put the money in the escrow account, and then borrow it. But Leonard Mortut of the United Workers' Party admits that things went badly between the then government and Range.
Well, it was the other way around. The developer, when we decided that we were not going ahead with the arrangement, the developer, in fact, took umbrage and, had to be settled as a result. The thing about it is that we were trying to get the best possible deal for St. Lucia. And as a result, when we tried to change the arrangement, in effect, they cried foul and suggest that that's a breach of the arrangement. And so we had to refund them some of the monies, and to compensate them for their loss. But we parted ways with Range, at the end of the day, because we felt that St. Lucia would not have benefited sufficiently from that arrangement.
However, Mortut believes that the investment minister's accusations are nothing short of a distraction meant to take away from the government's shortcomings.
There are a lot of charges that are made, and instead of dealing with the current issue, the current government is referring to the past and trying to shift the blame and the spotlight onto the United Workers' Party. So much so, they talk of the DSH. And of course, the DSH applied to become a CIP-approved developer. But the reality is, during the United Workers' Party tenure in office, we never got to the stage where they sold any passports. And the current government is fully aware of that. So when they're asking where's the money from the passports of DSH and how many passports, DSH sold and so on, they know very well. They would know that there were no passports sold by DSH.
The pivot to talking about the failed DSH deal to build a horse racing track in St. Lucia seems like another example of lack of transparency, amounting to international investors wasting St. Lucia's time and resources. But Mortut insists that calling on the former government for accountability is just a way for the present government to avoid accountability.
That is the thing about the St. Lucia Labour Party. They have, perfected the art of subterfuge. They have perfected the art of spreading red herring. They have perfected the art of scapegoating, simply, because bluffing has worked for them in the past, especially in the last general election. And so they believe that having got into office with these lies and deceit, that will carry them through.
Both parties accuse each other of not doing due diligence and not presenting financial statements in the interest of transparency. The government says that the 2022 financial statements are there to see, and the 2023 and 2024 financial statements will soon be presented in Parliament. Mortut says he thinks that the UWP held itself to a higher standard.
If they would take a page from the United Workers' Party in terms of being transparent, we would not probably be where we are today. The United Workers' Party, if you go on the CIP website, you will notice that we presented the reports, the audited reports of the CIP annually. And that gave details as to what exactly was happening in the program. That is a simple requirement that we are asking for. Why is it not being done? It is not an option. They must do it. They are supposed to do it. So they have been in dereliction of their duties in terms of, in fact, let's put it like it is. They have violated our laws.
The CIP controversy has a lot in common with several misunderstood issues that the United Workers' Party has hung its hat on before. The Rochamel and Greinberg scandals come to mind. Both occupied a lot of time and space in the news cycle, but to this day, neither is clearly understood by the average St. Lucian. Mortut and the UWP try to simplify the issue.
It is over a year now that report is overdue. There is a cutoff time because the CIP unit is given, after the end of the financial year, a period of time to hand that report to the minister. And the minister is given a period of time by which he must present it to Parliament. That is long gone. The law has been broken.
But if St. Lucians do not feel the pain, if instead they feel the benefits of CIP funds, does this issue have any hope of translating into UWP votes at the next election? For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seaflay.